Ladies and gentlemen, I think KT is gonna win 4-2.
You have no faith
Oh.
in Grape.
Oh man, alright. We have a PvZ, Grape versus Crazy-Hydra. Grape in the regular season is like 1-5. Oh, he's actually 1-5. 2 losses against Zerg, 0%. Whereas Crazy-Hydra in the regular season was 8-2, a whopping 80% win rate. I don't remember what he was against Perdos, but either way, I am pretty sad as a Con fan.
I think Crazy-Hydra, he won all his games against Protoss except for, including a game against Stork. The only one he didn't win was the game against Best, because Best is the new Busu. He can beat anyone in PvZ.
Interesting, interesting. Wait, how did he beat Stork?
Oh, it was the first Con vs KT match where KT 3-0'd Con, and Crazy-Hydra basically just Hydra busted. That was it. It was just a Hydra bust.
That makes sense. Oh, actually, did we even talk about that in the beginning? I was thinking about it, but yeah, in the regular season, guys, Con is actually 2-1 against KT. They lost the first series 3-0, as Kia just said, but then they won the next one like 3-2, and then the next one 3-1, I believe.
Yes.
So even if they lose here today, it will not be over. I will have faith in the Protoss ballers on Con. Which do not include Grape, by the way. Grape is terrible. But he will be spawning as the purple Protoss at the top right. That would make Crazy-Hydra the yellow Zerg at the bottom right. We are on Neo Electric Circuit.
Doesn't Grape always look really, really sickly? Like, I don't know. Every time I look at him, he just looks so...
Well, I think
like
it's because he's depressed at how bad he is, you know? It just like weighs on his mind. He's sitting in the booth, he's just like, oh man, why did January send me? Like, I'm just gonna embarrass myself again. Like, yeah, something like that.
You're so mean to Grape. You know, he's eventually
I
gonna
am.
prove you wrong, just like Brave did.
Yeah. One day, Grape is gonna be like, it's gonna be like, you know, in 5 years' time, like the new TLBS, or wait, God, I never remember the order of the letters. Whatever.
TBLS.
TBLS, that's it. Yeah, and it's actually going to be Grape in there, and I'm just going to be eating my words, but until that day...
It looks like Grape's postseason stats are 2-0, so he's 100% in playoff games, while Crazy-Hydra's 3-7, which is uncharacteristically poor for a KT Zerg.
Could you imagine if Grape turned out to be like the Con version of Hoja? He just like wins every playoff game now? If he did that, I would actually take back everything I said. I would become a huge Grape fan. Anyway, it looks like he's doing the 11 Nexus. Or at least he was planning to. I think he has to... Does he have to forge now? Because he scouted an overpool. I think it's still okay. Maybe? Nope, he's gonna forge first. Okay. And gonna put the gateway on to the top left of that, make a bit of a wall in. But that will leave a gap on the left side. He's gonna have to be careful about any kind of run buys. Does not want to pull a Bisu here. And interestingly, Crazy-Hydra's actually taken the mineral only back expansion as his first expansion. That lends me to believe it's going to be some kind of early Hydralisk shenanigans, not necessarily a bust, but most likely at least a 3-hatch Hydra build. That we have been seeing quite a lot in ZVP nowadays. Looks like one cannon first even for Grape. Grape playing super safe here. And probably going to be quite suspicious about this lack of a natural here. Crazy-Hydra's already taken his gas. That is extremely quick. So definitely suspicious play here from Crazy-Hydra.
Man, Grape is like shaking. He's really nervous.
Don't choke, Grape. Don't choke. If you choke now, I'll make fun of you forever, for all eternity. You'll be damned. And there's Crazy-Hydra finally taking his natural. I'm actually going to go ahead and say this is going to be a Ling run by / Ling bust. That fast gas, I believe, will probably just be for speed. And he's going to get 3 hatches worth of lings and just go for it. Now the question is how good that wall in is. It is tight between the gateway and the forge. I believe the forge is tight with the geyser, so there's just going to be that gap on the left side of the gateway that he has to worry about. Looks like the KT team is pretty happy now. I mean, the thing is, they're up 3-2, so even if Crazy-Hydra loses this game, like, they get to implement their super secret strategy to beat Colin on Outlier. And well, nothing out of the ordinary here. Just one cannon for Grape. Even though he was playing super safe earlier on, getting that cannon before the Nexus. You know, seeing only 2 lings here, he's not going to make another one. And this probe in the main is actually very, very crucial. It's going to be able to see, you know, what's coming out of these larvae. Is it lings? Is it drones? Comm bench is looking a little bit more stoic.
Yeah, they're not all like giggly with each other. Oh.
It's actually funny. How come with Flash on the bench, like when you have a robot on the bench, you'd think they'd be less exciting. It's actually Khan, who have all the cutest players. I guess they're all just like sitting there basking in their own cuteness. It looks like one Zealot was gonna go out to harass, but he's gonna run back here. And looks like +1 air weapons on the way for Grape. That is not gonna do anything if there was a Ling or Hydra bust, but in fact it is just a Lair and a Spire in the main base. So, you know, my earlier prediction was wrong, but I don't understand why he took the mineral only so early. That mineral only is really not very useful when you're playing this standard ZVP. So, looks like Grape gonna leave a probe here to help block. As I said, there's a bit of a big gap there on the left side, but as we see, just drones coming out of these larvae for Crazy-Hydra. I haven't seen the first Corsair out yet. Is that the first one? I thought one would be out earlier. And oh, actually, he's got a Robo at the front now. Gonna be going for some Sayle Reaver action. Grape going for a very mechanically demanding build here. I hope he can pull it off.
Yeah, I have a little doubt in Grape's ability to properly Sayle Reaver. I don't know.
I mean, we've seen even great Protoss players, like, I mean, Stork does it occasionally. I think he actually recently did it against Zero to good effect, but, you know, it is a pretty tricky strategy. Looks like one drone there actually mining out the back minerals of Crazy-Hydra. Really wants to keep that Corsair alive. Obviously, it's hard to go Sayle Reaver when all your Sayres are dead. So, yeah.
That's what Cal tried to do against Calm.
Indeed.
It's basically like, it was like 5 Sayres, and then they all died to Scourge of Muta, and then he just suicided shuttles like 3 times. That was really awful.
Cal tries to do Sayle Reaver surprisingly often, but I've never seen him actually do like a really good one. So, I don't know. I mean, I love Cal, but I don't think he should be doing this strategy. Like this is one of those things that requires sick multitasking to be able to like macro properly and, you know, keep good control over your shuttle and your Reaver, because you really have to babysit those units. Even the Corsairs, like, you know, if the Zerg gets a good surround with his Scourge, like, you have to, you know, pull back and make him clump up again before you can engage it. So it requires pretty high APM and whatnot. Oh, looks like a couple of Scourge here trying to snap that shuttle as it pops from the Robo. Corsairs flying around, not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Looks like 4th base being taken now by Crazy-Hydra at the 6 o'clock. Pretty standard response to seeing a Sayle Reaver build is to just expand like crazy. It's actually kind of similar to how Zergs play it against Terran mech styles. The general response is just, oh, you know, he's going to be very cost efficient, so just take a bunch of bases and out-expand him. Actually, no, I guess the principle's a little bit different because, well, I mean, in terms of the anti-mech play, the meching player is not going to be able to move out for a while because he needs a decent core of siege tanks. And similarly with the Sayle Reavering player, he's not going to have a huge ground army because he's not going to have all those gateways up very early, so I guess it's the same. Anyway, 2 Zealots going in that shuttle only, so presumably there's a Reaver in there already. And now the Corsair going out, but it is going to get spotted by a Speedling here, and a few Hydras in position to block this. And so Grape is actually just going to chicken out and go home.
Oh, nice random probe. Is it going to see the... Is this going to be a drop?
It looks like it will, but the Corsairs are in position. This could be horrible for Crazy-Hydra if he goes for the drop and gets intercepted. Man, oh no, Grape should not be revealing these Corsairs though. He should keep his Corsairs back and like let Crazy-Hydra go for the drop and then just kill all the Overlords while they're full of units. That would be so beautiful. Looks like he actually can't decide whether he wants to attack or defend with this Reaver either. If he attacks with it, he's moving out without Corsair support, so it seems a little bit risky.
Yeah, it looks like Crazy-Hydra's going to go for the drop.
And here we go. He's going to get intercepted by the Corsairs at the perfect location. No, he pulls out at the last second.
I think Grape should have waited until he was a little further in.
Yeah, basically either force him to commit or like lose everything. I 100% agree. And uh-oh, looks like we're going to have a counterattack here with the Reaver. 2 Zealots walking in as well to help buffer against the Hydras, and it looks like Crazy-Hydra just going to evacuate the base. Ooh, wow, one Scarab actually getting off there. I can't believe that like didn't semi-dud. Anyway, looks like he's going to just abandon these 2 Zealots and run away with the Reaver. He does have speed now for his shuttle, so that we'll be able to escape from Scourge. And meanwhile, looks like speed is now finished on the Zealots. Grape actually going for a bit of a ground attack here. I don't know if that's a good idea. He doesn't have that many Zealots, although it looks like he does have 2 Reavers aboarding. That's going to help a lot. Sayle Reaver Zealot here moving out. There's a few Lurkers here. Those will be very nice against the Zealots, not so much against the Reavers, although there is really no ground Zerg unit that's actually good against Reavers. You just need to make a lot of stuff. I guess Hydras are kind of okay. And it looks like actually now most of the Hydras are out of position here. They're out on the middle of the map, but Grape has actually just put 4 Zealots and both his Reavers in the back here. I think he's going to be able to kill this backmaner only, but it looks like Crazy-Hydra is going to go for a counterattack. There's 1 Reaver at the natural, 3 cannons. I don't know if this is going to be enough. He might actually just try a huge drop into the main base, actually, instead of counterattacking the natural. And yes, indeed, he's pulling all of his Overlords. He's going to go for a huge Doom drop here. There is 1 probe still there to spot for this, but even if he spots it, will the Corsairs be able to go back in time? I think Grape should be a little bit wary, considering that there's no units coming back to reinforce, and it looks like, yes, indeed, he is pulling his Corsairs back while the 2 Reavers drop in the main base. A huge shot on the drones, but there is the drop going in, and the Corsairs are not in time to stop this. He looks like, but oh my god, so many Zealots underneath and a Reaver. This is not going to be good at all. The Lurkers are going to go down. There's no Observer that I can see, so those Lurkers are going to do insane amounts of damage on the Zealots, but it looks like all the Hydras are actually away from the Lurkers, but the Reaver is taking damage from these Lurkers. Can he get 1 more shot off? Looks like the Reaver barely going to survive, but actually with those 2 DTs here, that might be enough. This is ridiculous here. Grape is doing so much damage on the counterattack and getting another huge shot off, and he saves the Reaver with the shuttle.
This is drone massacre. Crazy-Hydra must have lost like 30 drones in the last like 2 minutes.
This is absolutely insane, and I think that DT might actually end the game. He's just got to make sure it doesn't get splashed from the Lurker fire. But yeah, there are no drones remaining, and with no Overlords there to spot the DTs, like that 1 DT is actually going to clean up everything. Oh wait, no, it might get splashed to death. This is so nerve-wracking. Of course, the line splash from the Lurker fire does damage the DTs. It looks like the shuttle, barely gets taken down there, but I think the damage has been done. You can see on Crazy-Hydra's face, he realizes he's in a lot of trouble now. What a game by Grape. You know what? Just from this game alone, I'm giving Grape some credit here. This has been pretty awesome. See, I give credit where credit is due.
Are you gonna stop making fun of him?
Nah, I'm gonna keep making fun of him. It's like I'm gonna keep making fun of Hoja too, even though he's amazing in playoffs. It's like easy target, man, easy target.
Why do you pick on Hoja and not like Action? Hoja's so cute.
It's probably because I watched too many Cholera commentaries and he always made fun of Hoja.
Really?
This is back because this is back when Backo was still playing. So he would cast like Backo versus Hoja, and just go crazy. Yeah, those were some of my favorite casts. So I think Hoja is forever tainted in my mind.
Zealot running by drones. Kill them!
No, see that's a pacifist zealot. It's friendly. He's a humanitarian zealot. Or whatever the Zerg equivalent of that. Well, it's a building. It's not like it's not a living creature. Or actually, is it?
Dude, Zerg buildings are living creatures, sort of.
Well, I guess they do bleed, but like I don't know. I would class them more as like fungi or something, you know, or plants.
Fungi. Fungi
You know?
are living creatures too.
Yeah, they are, but not. But you can't like, you know, you can kill fungi and still be humanitarian. You know? I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe if you're a vegan, you can't. But you know, like, if you're just like a regular vegetarian, I'm pretty sure you can eat mushrooms. Anyway, looks like the back mineral only has been taken now by Grape. He's still got this random probe guy patrolling in the back. This probe
I
has
love
been.
that probe. It's so cute.
Uh-oh,
And it's been seeing like
uh-oh.
all the drops. Oh no! Oh.
Grape not too happy about that. He can console himself in the fact that Crazy-Hydra for some reason suicided 4 Scourge instead of just 2 to kill that shuttle.
I don't think it got any of the Reavers though. He dropped the 2 Reavers in the space.
Oh, did he?
Or, yeah.
It might have been like a DT drop though. That'd be even more expensive. Like, oh, wow, nice Scourge dodging there. It looks like the Archon's gonna save him as well. Ooh, nice. Oh, wait. Oh man, this is really exciting. This is like one of those action scenes, those car chase scenes. Oh, and looks like one Scourge does get the hit off. Meanwhile, the drone's saturation has been somewhat replenished. Crazy-Hydra retaking his back mineral only here, but now he's got a big Zealot Archon army coming forward here. It looks like he does snipe the Observer though. I think he's going to just try and buy some time and just do some good Observer snipes, use a couple of Lurkers to defend each of his bases, because I don't think he can engage this straight up with just his Hydra Force. It's just not going to be enough, especially with the Reavers there to support. And looks like a few Scourge still flying around here. Go ahead.
Grape has so many minerals. Is it because of the mineral only?
Oh, that is true. Oh, looks like he went macro mode. He heard you say that, Kit. He was like, oh my gosh. My fangirl is pointing out my Overmans. Better spend those ASAPly. Uh-oh, Scourge coming in, and he snaps the poor little Observer's neck. That is not humanitarian. Those Observers are living things, by the way. Like, you may think that it's a robot, but you would be wrong. In the same way that probes are also living creatures. They're not robots. They're actually cute little mechanical kittens. Just so you know. Every time you kill a probe, you're actually killing a cute little mechanical kitten. That's right. I'm looking at you, Terran players. Anyways. Looks like, what? Wait, what the hell's going on there? Looks like he's gonna kill this hatchery, but wait, why? Wait, did you just see that? Were there not like 7 probes just sitting there doing nothing?
Those probes were trying to defend the newly, the base that he's trying to get up against the Hydras. Probes are scary. They make the best defenses.
Indeed they do. By the way, an interesting comment from the chat. Somebody's saying that that probe that's like freaking out at the back behind the temples is actually being used to stack the Corsairs, which is actually very intelligent because, like, it actually will just get stuck there trying to move through the temples. So instead of having to trap a probe behind minerals, you can actually just use that instead. That's quite clever. Presumably that's correct and that's what he's doing. That's why he keeps moving around. Anyway, this is a pretty scary ground army that Grape has, and with all those Dragoons they're supporting, it's going to be pretty difficult for him to get some good Observer snipes off.
Storms!
Oh my god, blanketing all of the Lurkers, and Grape is busting through here. Crazy-Hydra in a lot of trouble. Can he hold on to his 6 o'clock expansion? This is going to determine it. No, his army is just getting shredded here. So many units remaining for Grape. Grape, he is breathing hard. He knows he might have actually clinched out a victory here. He might finally be free from Sayle's constant taunting. And here we go, GG from Crazy-Hydra. We are going to an ace match, ladies and gentlemen, the first ace match of the playoffs. KT versus Khan, the first series. Grape looks pretty excited.
I'm very impressed by Grape's play this game. Like, I didn't think he could pull Star Reaver off, but he actually did really well. He killed so many drones. He kept his. He just did so much damage with it.
That was definitely a one of the better Sayle executions I've seen, actually in this entire season. And I cannot believe that it was Grape who actually pulled it off. Well, I mean, I guess Storks versus Zero was pretty good as well, but still. Damn. What a game. So, ace match time. Oh my god, who is it gonna be? Ace match. This is what all the fans were clamoring for. You know, when the original format got released, people were like, "What? Best of 5, no ace match? That's terrible." Well, here we are back in this wonderful best of 7 plus ace format, and I cannot wait. KT, what do you have in store for us? And more importantly, how is Khan gonna smack it down?
So confident.
Like I said, no con bias whatsoever in this cast. We are purely professional. And okay, the final set. Are you ready, Kiet?
I am. Bring it on.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present